Alrighty, I guess we're gonna start this episode right here. As you saw, we just got another iron golem. We're up to 47 iron and 7 poppies. I don't really care about the poppies a whole lot, but this farm is working, which is wonderful. I'm super happy about that. Now, here's the problem. This farm is in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing here, man, and I don't like that. So what we're gonna do, obviously, we have the village over here. By the way, I did a little bit. Geez, if I can click the right option. I did a little bit more with this kiwi farm over here. You can see it's finally filled out. Last episode, it did not look like this. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there. But I took so long, and I was grinding for so long. It is now winter, and that kind of sucks. So, yeah, that's a bummer. But getting back to today's goal, where I am right now, there's absolutely nothing. So if I walk over to this way, I want to show you guys. It's about to be night. I had 2 blood moons too, like back to back, and that absolutely royally screwed me last time I was on this world. Hopefully we don't get a third one here. The Tektopian village, I am going to right here. The border is right here in the river. You can see it. It's just slightly in the river, which basically means everything from this side of the river over is up for grabs to build, to farm, to do whatever, because it's not going to involve that village at all. Now, obviously, if we go back over to this direction, I have marked out the borders of this Tektopian village. This fence line right here is, in fact, the border of the village. We went ahead and you can see right here, bada bing, bada boom, right on the line, this fence line is the border. So what I'm getting at is everything between this fence line right here and this river is essentially up for grabs to be auto farms or like spawners or really whatever we want. And I was thinking about it. I really like the location because A, it's flat. B, we're here quite often. There's going to be obviously the 2 Kiwi villages, the North and South Kiwi village, North Kiwi being right here, South Kiwi being down here. Then we have another village over here that is unnamed. As of right now, my last episode is still in editing, so I don't know if I have any suggestions. I don't know of them yet because the video's not up. But essentially, there's 3 pretty high priority villages all right here and then flat land between them. Also, unrelated, but there are some pretty sick biomes around here. We got the redwoods over there. Obviously, this village takes up a chunk of the grassland, but we have that grassland right there that I really like. And then just a birch forest. I don't know, there's just stuff all over that I think is really pretty. So this is probably going to be a very popular, very busy part of the world, I guess, for lack of better terms. So I'm thinking we move all of our farms, auto farms, mob grinders. I think we move them all into this neck of the woods. That way, so if I want to AFK and get iron here, because we love iron, we want to AFK it. I could also AFK and maybe get pillagers or witches, or perhaps if we even move our immersive engineering auto farm or build another one. I guess we could do either one of those, to be honest. But if we were to move all that stuff into the same area, we would be AFK farming multiple things instead of just one little measly iron farm. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the iron farm, but why just do one auto farm when you can do many is kind of what I'm getting at here. I grabbed all this 47 iron so I could throw it in my storage over here just so I can keep it for a rainy day. Just in case I ever run out of iron here. We're doing pretty good. I AFK'd, well, not AFK'd, but I kind of AFK'd the Vindicator. I was going to say Pillager, but it's a Vindicator spawner. And we got a ton of emeralds. So this village, if we want to get back into it, we will be ready to. I think that's just going to be more beneficial. Going to this farm and grinding it rather than like expecting these villagers to pay me back. I don't think this village will ever pay me back. It just seems like they are in so much debt to me. Like they'll just have to accept me as the supreme overruler type guy and they'll just live with it because of how much they owe me. But you can see just down here, sorry, I was looking for the right sword. Just down here, I mean, I'm just stopping by and there's already multiple Vindicators just chilling here. I think we're going to move this farm. Yeah, I think we're going to move this farm. I like the location of it. We built it kind of on a whim just because we needed the emeralds. But now that we're a little bit more established, we have a little bit of a stockpile of emeralds. And now that we kind of have a location where we know we want to build auto farms, I think we're going to tear this bad boy down. And just like that, we have completely mined it. Vein Miner is a hell of a tool. I'm going to drop off the emeralds and some stuff, and then we're just going to move it over to where our iron farm is. Alrighty, so here's the crappy thing. I don't want to start rebuilding these farms or auto farms or AFK farms, whatever you want to call it, and then just have to tear them down and rebuild them again. I just don't like that idea. I'm not done with this one. This isn't the final form of how this one's going to look. I still would like a couple more villagers. I just ran out of gold, so this is kind of just sitting here, this rail. I know it doesn't look that pretty. It's not permanent. But I want to add like an external wall that essentially covers this entire thing, and then make the inside look a little bit more decorative. I mean, pimp it out a little bit. Obviously, the whole of this is going to remain as the cobblestone wall, you know, the actual bones, I guess. But I'd like to add some beautification, maybe some concrete or something, make it look a little nicer. But I also want to add paths and roads in between all these buildings and farms to give it kind of that realistic look. So what I think I'm going to have to do is knock down some trees and terraform a little bit here, and then we'll have to pick it up from there. And it is almost nighttime already. Alrighty, so I changed my mind. I just don't have enough concrete and stuff right now to make it permanent, so we'll probably have to deconstruct this again at some point, which is okay. But I am going to build the Vindicator spawner one more time. Alrighty, I think we're just going to misclick, aren't we? We're going to misclick our... We only have a couple blocks left to place, and we're going to screw it up. Ain't that the Spencer K way? But I think I've completed it. Once I get this roof on, the Vindicators should start spawning. And in theory, yep, I already hear them. In theory, I should be safe down here. I could hide right here and just smack the hell out of them like this. This should work. Now, I guess I am missing one key factor here. I don't have the chest and stuff, which I probably want. All right, yeah, no, this should be up and running now. So let's go ahead and slap down our emeralds and our iron axe. This should be fully functional. Yeah, I was using the wrong sword, and I still have 12 emeralds. I was using the normal one, so now I have the looting 3 swords. So, yeah, this should work. I could just sit here, smack some of these guys around while the iron golems spawn. And hopefully, now we have 2 farms working here. Is there a hurricane or something? Oh! Oh, that's not good. These guys don't have a roof on them. Oh, man. That wasn't good. Oh, boy. Ow! I'm inside! Oh, I hope that didn't hurt the village. I don't think it's very strong. No, I don't think it's very strong. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, my God, dude. This storm brought me all the horses. All right. I have to take advantage of that. Okay, I gotta go home, dude. So at some point, I do want like a horse farm or something. And the fact that a hurricane spawns and drops off, you know, 40 horses on my front doorstep. Yeah, I'm not passing up that opportunity. We're gonna trap all those horses. We'll come back another day and start that horse farm. What a crazy turn of events. I'm not gonna ask questions because when I ask questions, I get shot. So we're just gonna leave it at that. But I'm gonna grab some string and some slime, and we're gonna craft some leads. We got our leads. I also grabbed a saddle or two just because. But let's pull all these guys down into here. Please get in. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And there we go. We'll bounce out of here. We could probably fit 4 more in that hole. I think we're gonna need another hole. Alrighty, I have 2 holes full of horses for no reason. Oh my goodness, dude, that was crazy. I don't know why that happened. I'm not gonna ask questions. They're still starving over in that village, which is an absolute bummer. I'm just doing one more lap, see if any horses are making a run for it. Looks like we got one over here. We're gonna go ahead and ride this one into battle. Oh, that's right. You gotta have an empty hand, huh? Alrighty, we are back, and it has been a couple of days, and the iron farm is still working. As you can see, it is still spawning iron golems, and it is still working. I thought for some reason that either this pillager farm or all these horses like restricted the iron golems from spawning. I thought maybe because there's so many neutral mobs like underneath the farm. They're only underneath here to protect them from a storm, but I thought because there's already so many neutral mobs, maybe like iron golems cannot spawn or something, but that is obviously not the case, and it's just slowly but surely, you know, 42 is not bad. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna take it to the village. I have to go to the village anyway, but yeah, that's working. The pillager farm is working. We've gotten a ton of emeralds from this farm. I went ahead and combined a sharpness 5 with my looting 3 sword, so I actually don't even need that other sword I was using. It's still got mending and everything, so we are good to go. And you can see this thing works pretty good. If I have nothing to do, I'm bored or whatever, I can come here and smack some pillagers around, get some emeralds, get that experience, and then look at that. 25 emeralds just like that, and I mean, here's 2 or 3 more. But we are going to bounce out of there. That is not the goal for today. I am going to switch it up. I got to stop doing that. I feel like my episodes are always like 2-parters. Like in the first half, we do one thing, and then in the second half, we do something else. Oh my goodness, I almost destroyed that crop. That would have been, yeah, it would have been terrible. I guess I would have just replanted it. Not the biggest deal in the world, to be honest. But yeah, I got to stop doing 2-part episodes because I feel like that just is kind of annoying for some of you guys. But it is officially springtime. I farmed, I did all kinds of weird crap throughout the winter, and it is back to the spring, which is good. And we are officially going to create a storage facility. When I play survival, I like to create a storage facility. Pretty much every survival world I've ever had has like a storage facility. What it ends up being is just a massive building with all kinds of resources and materials and pretty much everything you can think of. Blocks. I like to create a crop one where it has all the different trees, saplings, plants, foods, all that good stuff. And I want to do that. I think it is time we start it. They are incredibly expensive. There's a ton of different routes we can go down to create one of these. But I think I'm going to do Old Reliable, which is a little bit more pricey than others. But it's going to have to work for us. Now, first things first, before we even get to building a storage facility, we got to start out with where is it going to be located? And this is truthfully one of the hardest decisions. Ideally, I want to do it right here where my house is. I mean, we have this beautiful home right here. Not really. It's just, it's kind of ruins, but we have this home. We've been living here for a while, and I wanted to make it close to it, but it's really hilly. And I feel as if terraforming here is going to be a pain in the ass, which we can do. We can absolutely do it, but I thought maybe not the greatest decision. I was looking for somewhere flat, and right here is pretty flat, but once again, it's just nothing's really close to it. So I got to thinking, if I don't double click here, right up here next to our first 3-4 villages, we have a lot of flat land, and I mean, there's plenty of waystones. We got this village. This one's eventually going to have one. This one has one. This one's probably going to have one at some point. And then if we, somewhere in the middle here, maybe make a couple of storage facilities, it may work. And so I'm thinking that's going to be the play. So now we just need to gather the material, all of the material we're going to use, and we should be good to go. Alrighty, I think I have most of the supplies I'm going to need. I have a lot of extra stuff too, to be honest. I'm not super well organized right now. But I also came to the spot on the map that I was talking about, and you can see how this green is just so nice compared to that winter brown green. Yuck. Yeah, we're going to have to update the map there because it doesn't look that good. That doesn't matter. That's just cosmetic. We're not too worried about that right now. What we want to do is terraform this area. So we got to flatten it out. I want to go ahead and fill in some of these caves. To an extent, I want to go into some of these caves, maybe get some iron and stuff, because this is going to be a very, very, very expensive project. So I'm going to have to come into here and see if we can just find any readily available iron. Of course, I go right in and there's nothing there. I also forgot some stone and stuff too, so we're going to be bouncing back and forth quite a bit. But first things first, I got to go around and get rid of all these gardens because they are going to fill up my inventory like crazy. Well, I was terraforming and then I found a cave, and I went into the cave, and there happens to be a mob spawner in here, so we're going to swipe that. Alrighty, we have come a long way. Not only have we terraformed, but we have the walls started as well as the floor. And this is the same structure as my last world, the Nuclear Earth tech map survival series thingy. I had a storage facility in that world. I really did like it. This is pretty much the same thing. The only thing I haven't done is there was like an office building portion attached to it. I'll do that at a later date. I want to get to the actual, meat of the building, and that's going to be the storage facility part itself, the important part. But to explain it, what I do is, I mean, I could have done it now. I'm just kind of being lazy. Is I come through and I take a bucket of water, and I just do this. Whoops. You're actually supposed to let it sit for a minute so it runs off the edge like that. And then this turns it all into concrete. I will come back and do that at another time. I can't really be bothered right now. I want to get the storage facility portion going. Now, I am going to tweak the design a little bit. If I can grab all the right materials here. Let's just load up on everything, I guess. All right, good news, bad news is I used a lot of my iron, and we only have 57 hoppers, so this is going to be somewhat difficult. Am I doing this right? No, actually thinking about it, I am not. I put that grass there so that I could count, and I forgot to get rid of it, and then I kept it there. So actually, I'll be right back. Let me get some more stone. Alrighty, I was able to fill that in. I'll fix the other ones later. I'm not too worried about it. My goal for the episode is I want to get this first layer done, or this first one done. Of course, all these other ones will be done at another time, but for now, we're just going to focus on this one. Also, we're only going to do... Oh, boy. I just realized I'm going to have to stagger it, ain't I? Oh, boy. This is turning into a lot more of an expensive project than I was anticipating. I'm going to have to stagger them. Luckily, iron chests do not connect, so I can come through and upgrade all these wooden ones at another day. I can also upgrade them to gold and diamond, depending on how important the material is that is going to be going into these chests. In my last world, I made them too high. I'm not going to do that. It's just going to take a lot. Maybe in the future, I'll come back and do it, but it just takes so much material. It is not worth my time to do that at this very moment. Thankfully, you know what I was thinking to myself right there is, it'd be really awesome is a blood moon. And thankfully, we are going to get our wishes. That sucks, dude. My God, we were just getting going, too. Alrighty, I am back. I smelted down all the iron ore I mined, too. I was tinkering around in a cave for a little bit, so we were able to get a couple more of these. But, all right, let's see if we can get this going finally after we were so rudely interrupted by a blood moon. These facilities are extremely expensive, I'm going to be honest. They are pricey, but man, are they worth it. I think, I don't know where I left off, but I was saying you could upgrade all these chests to gold and diamond, and they'll end up holding more, which is what we're going to do. But for right now, let's just get the place built and operational. One tricky thing about this place, too, is you really have to go and get a lot of all the blocks you want to put into here, just so that you can have them as placeholders, put them in item frames so you know what you want, what you're, looking for, where to find it, all that nonsense. But this will be a long project. This building won't be done. I mean, this place is going to be ever expanding, I feel like. I feel like we'll have multiple of these buildings. At least one for blocks and one for plants and stuff. I feel like those two are a necessity. You probably have another one for something else too, maybe modded items or something at some point. We will see. But I'm going to try to keep all these buildings close. I'll get a waystone, and I'm going to make the waystone look nice at some point. But like I said, let's just get this thing operational. Dude, 2 nights in a row? You got to be kidding me, dude. I mean, I guess it's fine because I need quartz anyway. Alrighty, I am back again, and if we get another blood moon, then I'm probably just going to go to bed in real life, and I'll come back another day, because luck is obviously not on my side, and my patience is wearing thin. We've done a ton of work today so far, but since I'm changing the design, I'm going to make sure it works. I'm going to go ahead and do that all the way down, but now we need to be careful, because I am not entirely sure if this is going to work or not. Okay, it appears to be working, so this isn't the final form. I have to do a lot of something. The easiest thing would be to rename an item to be a placeholder. So essentially how this works is there's 45 blocks are allowed in each one of these hoppers. 44 of them are going to be a useless item. I'm just doing stone as an example, but you rename it to just garbage or whatever, and it takes up these 4 slots. And then in this 5th spot here, the 45th item is the item that you want to store in this specific chest. So for this example, I'm trying to do oak wood. Now, in theory, you'd have like another hopper and then a chest here that's one at a time. If you put all 6 in at the same time, it's not going to work. But if you do one at a time like this, like as if a hopper was dropping it into it like that, it will drop all of the wood down to here. And you're like, well, that's not all 6 of your wood. And you are right. Or did I only have 5 wood? Actually, I can't remember how much wood I had there. But see, I must have put it in too quickly because it did shoot one of those pieces of wood. I did have 6, yeah. I must have put it in too quickly because it did shoot one of the pieces of wood over here. But in theory, this would also have 44 blocks taking up these spots, and then you'd have an extra item here as your 45th block, so it wouldn't deposit there anyway. But it should work. The problem being, I just do not have a lot of materials to be able to finish this off. I'm missing redstone repeaters. I am getting low on hoppers. I don't have a placeholder block right now. I'm thinking I'm just going to use dirt, rename dirt. I think that's, or even cobblestone. I mean, one of the two, I guess. But I don't have an anvil to start renaming stuff. So that is also kind of a problem. It's getting late for me, so I'm probably just going to come back and finish the second half of the episode another day. Alrighty, it is another day and I am back and we have done a little bit of work. So I went ahead and put down as much as I could when it came to redstone hoppers, chests, and all that stuff. Also built up the walls a little bit. I fixed them up and I put water down to fully cement them so they are full concrete now. Put these chests here. These chests on the end caps are more of just like storage. So while this building is in construction, if there is an item that does not have a hopper or does not have a slot, I'll go ahead and throw it in these chests. That way I can still store them. I can go ahead and get rid of that. I was looking up the crafting recipe for redstone repeaters. Super simple. We have to go home. We're going to have to dig into our reserves. We need more of everything. Quartz, redstone, iron. If it's an ore and it's needed in this building, we're going to have to go get it. We are pretty much out of everything. You can even see redstone's running low. Redstone torches, the whole shebang. Not good. So let's go ahead and do that, and we will be back. Oh my goodness, man. It does not want me to build this storage facility. It seems like every time I get to crafting or I get a rhythm going, we start making progress, we either get a storm or a blood moon. There's really not a lot of give. It's all take by this game, but hey, anything beats the mask, man. It's hailing. It is hailing. It's not a hurricane, though. It's not calling it a hurricane yet. It's still growing. It's still green, so it could develop into a hurricane. Well, it's actually a tornado. It just hit an F0. It is still growing. Yeah, look at it. It is turning, baby. It is turning. There you go. You can see it touching down there. Oh, yeah. It's going to tap out at an F0, it looks like. Is it going to try to suck me? Oh, yeah, it's pulling me. Alrighty, good news, bad news. We got more material. But that is it for quartz. We are pretty much tapped out of quartz, but we should have enough to get the first row completed. And like I said, the first row is the goal, so let's focus on that for now. Alrighty, we have officially built the first, I guess, wall of storage. You can see how much iron it takes. I mean, between the chests and the hoppers, it is a ton. I went ahead and did a little extra credit as well. I put some redstone down on the second and third one, but I'm just running out of everything. Stone, iron, we are just low. Quartz, I'm completely out of quartz, so that's as far as I can go without any more quartz. But it should be okay. Now, I got to thinking, I was going to put dirt or cobblestone or something in as the placeholder. I was talking about the placeholder earlier, and I thought, that's really, really dumb. Why? I mean, I kind of use those materials, and I don't have a whole lot of them. You could technically farm cobblestone and stone and stuff like that. It can be infinite. But I got to thinking, there's a way, 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 way easier block we could farm. I'm going to go ahead and dump all this stuff out of my inventory here real quick. There we go. I crafted 6 pairs of shears, and yeah, the easier block to farm is going to be leaves. If we harvest a crap ton of leaves and then rename them. Hell, I don't even think we have to rename them. I don't even think I'm going to be storing leaves, but just in case I store leaves for some stupid reason, we're going to rename them. But yeah, this is way, 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 way easier, and it's going to absolutely demolish some shears, but this is way better in my opinion. Alrighty, this poor forest looks terrible now. There's even a beehive, a lone beehive over there, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We have our leaves. I even have some birch leaves on accident, it looks like. But now we're going to rename them just to be safe. So essentially what I am thinking is if I rename the oak leaves, they will not be stackable with normal oak leaves if for whatever reason they ever get put into there. We're obviously going to test that really quick anyway, but we'll just rename it to 1. That's nice and easy. You could do test. You can name it to whatever the hell you would like. But I'm not really going to worry about that a whole lot here. And I think it's 41, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And then, well, let's do iron. Let's put iron in. So we have 8 total iron. And then in theory, I should be able to put this 7 iron in. It's going to sense it. 1 always gets stuck in the hopper down here. And then it should be, well, there's only 6. So what is going on here? Oh, I guess I got my 8 iron back. I guess one of them was in this one up here. Okay, well, that's cool. Well, let's try leaves, all right? Let's do 4 oak leaves. These are regular oak leaves. These are the renamed oak leaves. What if, in theory, I put 1 here. Now we have 4 leaves remaining. Let's remember 4 leaves. Let's go ahead and throw it into there. Will this fuck it all up, or will this work? Ooh, I think this is going to work. Yeah, I think this is going to work. This should be awesome. This should be perfect. And there you go. There are my renamed oak leaves. So yeah, I should be able to rename all the leaves to 1. And then I can come through and fill in all of these hoppers down here. Alrighty, here's the update. I was able to rename some. I have 2 levels, almost 3. I do not want to do any more in case there's a blood moon and I have to teleport out of here. I'm saving enough levels to teleport out of here, essentially, is what I'm doing. But that should work. I should be able to fill up most of these hoppers. All right, I didn't get to do as many as I thought, but I did get about halfway, which is good. The sun is setting, so I need to go over here and smack this horse, unless there's another animal. All I'm seeing are horses, because if there is a blood moon, I may be SOL. I do not see another animal. Oh, I really don't want to put this horse down, but... Alrighty, it's not a blood moon, but I got to teleport to the pillager spawner anyway, because I need more levels. Alrighty, I am back. I went, got some more levels, renamed some more leaves. Still wasn't enough. We're still short. We're getting close. We are getting close. Now, there is a thing I can do. So, like, it doesn't have to be leaves. I could do 41 dirt or whatever I want to put into here. And I may do that. And for some of the cheaper items like dirt, like cobblestone, like stone, I think that's more feasible. We'll see if I end up coming back and doing that, because you end up saving 40 of whatever material, but it's like, it's dirt. Cobblestone is like, is it even worth my time? I mean, it's leaves. It's not like leaves are super valuable either. So I don't know. That's something we'll have to figure out. I went ahead and I don't want to destroy that whole forest, so I planted some saplings over there, and we'll just kind of slowly knock back the forest, because I could probably knock down that whole thing in like 10 minutes. Not the goal. So we're gonna try to regrow the forest a little bit and then knock it back down. But we got more iron from the iron farm. I don't know if I'm going to keep any of that in. I was talking a little bit there. I'm probably going to cut it out. Nothing super exciting happened. But now is the time where all of our hard work should pay off. What we are going to do is we're going to put this down, and then we're going to put item frames on it. And we're going to stop right here, 1 short of the end, because I want to know where I left off. But then we put item frames on it like this. And then we'll come back through and we'll add white concrete on top, but I have to actually harden that concrete because I can't do my water method because I'll destroy the item frame. So I got to be careful there. But now is where the fun begins. So over the next, I mean, real life months, I imagine in between all the future episodes, I'll be coming over here and trying to expand this area the best I can. I imagine we're going to have at least 5 bays. This is 1 bay, 2 bays, 3. I imagine at least 5 minimum, maybe more, possibly even 2 floors. Which, I mean, this building is going to get very big very fast. But we don't have the materials for that right now, so I'm not going to worry about it. But we are going to get the most common items set up here. So what I need to do now, this is going to be a little tricky. Well, no, let's start out with dirt, all right? Let's go ahead and give it an old testaroo. Let's start out with dirt. And crazy idea here. Because I know dirt is such a common material, I guess is one way to put it. Let's put an iron chest down. Because I have a feeling that normal chest, here's the difference. So here's a normal chest. Everyone knows it, vanilla Minecraft chest. Here's an iron chest. It's a double chest. It's huge. It's massive. Let's make sure it works. So for first, you know, let's put dirt here. Obviously, we have to go into the back. if I can get up here. Okay, nope, I thought it was going to be blocked. It is not. And we have to put it in here. So right here is like the ticket. This is, if you don't know what a sorting machine does, this is telling you right here, hey, this is the item we are going to accept. Technically, you could take any of these items, but you're never going to put leaves named 1 into the machine, so it'll never apply. Hopefully I'm making it make sense. I may not be. We'll see. But we have 62 dirt. It may subtract 1 because there's going to be 1 in that bottom hopper there. But now we should be able to put dirt into here. And for the rest of time, as long as this chest does not fill up, if this chest hits max capacity, then it won't matter. Then it'll just keep shipping it all the way down. But as long as this chest is not full, we should get all of our dirt back, and this sorter should work. And I'm not going to do all this. I'm going to be honest. I will do some of it. Sometimes it's just easier to move the dirt manually if you have that much of it. Okay, yeah, I said 62 minus 1, 61. So that means there should be some dirt in this bottom hopper here. I don't even know if I could reach it, to be honest. Oh, yeah, I sure can. There it is. Yeah, so 1 in there. So that's good. All right, all the dirt is accounted for. I'll do a little bit more there. We got 2 stacks. I'll go ahead and throw that up top so we can sort it out too, just to make sure. Because once this thing gets up and running, man, this thing is going to be running pretty much nonstop. It gets going, man. I will be honest. But cool. That should be good. We'll let that do its thing. And then we're basically going to do that for every single one of these chests and item frames and hoppers in the back. We have to get all the keys and stuff. Now, what I like to do is make this first row all vanilla stuff because, yes, there's a ton of modded materials between Biomes of Plenty and all the other stuff. But the vanilla stuff's still kind of the most common. So what we are going to do is, you know what? Actually, let's bounce. I was going to mine it over here, but why do that when we have all this terraforming to do over here? I'm going to go ahead and mine some grass, just like that. Maybe, no, yeah, one more. Screw it. I really didn't want to use my pickaxe for that, but it's okay. It's for the cause. All right, cool. That is easy peasy. So now the same concept. We put our grassy block right there. We can come to the back here, add our 1 grassy block. And then we will do math. We have 2 stacks and 12 minus 1, 2 stacks and 11 should be the final number here. We will see if that's what it is. And then, yeah, all right. So it did add 2 more stacks to the dirt chest, which it's already almost at capacity, which is absolutely bonkers to think. Oh my gosh. And look, there's more dirt. My goodness. We're going to be at capacity. So one thing I was going to do too is obviously you can expand these chests to make them gold and diamond, which means they hold even more and more. But you can also just get an empty backpack, fill the backpack up with dirt, and then put it in the bottom corner. And that helps too. That's kind of my other technique that I use. You don't have to. If you guys want a tutorial on how to build this, I could always make one. But it's 1.12.2, and there's plenty of tutorials on how to make an auto sorter like this in 1.12.2. So I'd almost recommend just, yeah, looking up the video. They're going to probably be better than I can anyway. Well, here's something too. So we could take a stack of dirt. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and take a stack of gravel. I hate to use my gravel like this, but we need it. Oh, yep, got a swapperoo. There we go. Now we got coarse dirt. Same concept. We're going to put coarse dirt here. Chances of us getting coarse dirt, very rare, but it's not 0. So we're going to go ahead and add it anyway. I would love to add like mycelium and like all those other items too. That would be pretty cool. And put those like right here, like maybe grass paths. Can you do paths actually? Wait, let me see. No, okay, you cannot do grass paths. I was curious about that. But there are some other grassy type dirt blocks that I would like to put here, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really care. Can't be bothered right now. But what we are going to do is move on, and let me go ahead and get those things out of the way. We are going to do gravel and then sand. Put those 2 down and then come back and in the same order. Wow, I bounced really high for no reason. I did not have to go that high. Don't know why I did. There we go. Gravel and sand in the correct order. Then we're going to slap them down into there. And let's just make sure one more time everything is working. Yep. 2 stacks and 11. Yep. Because it'd be -3. 1 here, 1 of the hopper, and then 1 of the bottom hopper. It's doing sand first, it looks like. But so far, everything's working. None of these other chests are, you know, getting items, which is good. It means nothing's getting bypassed or nothing is bypassing my hoppers. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and just work on filling these up. I'm probably going to have to go home and grab some blocks. But yeah, I'll be back when we're a little bit more complete. Alrighty, I have gone most of the way down. You can see there's a couple of items left. I'm kind of debating on what I want to put there. I was going to do ice and snow, but I don't have packed ice. And I don't know if I can even get hardened ice, but blue ice as well. I need packed ice. But for some reason, you can't craft packed ice. I don't know if it's like that in normal Minecraft too. Looks like I may be able to use thermal expansion, but I haven't even started that mod. So I may just push off snow and ice for another day. Over here, I'm putting items that I'm not using yet, just so I have a place to put them. But I know they don't go in there. And then up here, I have wood, which I am planning to do very soon. But once again, I just don't have room for it right now. So to clear out a backpack. Besides the silty dirt and the wool and the terracotta, I guess. But so about half this backpack, all the stuff up top needs to go into these chests, which is going to take a while. I guess I could put some of it in on my own, but you can see this chest is completely filled and it is going to town right now. It is going to town, my goodness. But it'll be going for a while. This thing, like I said, it's almost permanent just because I'm only ever here to drop stuff off. So unless I AFK here or sit around for a while, it just really doesn't get an opportunity to go through. But it's nice because instead of me having to go and put it in every single chest on its own, it just kind of passively over time does it for me, which is awesome. I think I'm going to do sand and sandstone next. That's kind of what I was gearing towards. And there it is. There's all my sand and sandstone. Well, good news and bad news. So I already did the sand, and normally I like to do my sandstone next to the sand, but that's okay. I guess I'm just going to have to go down a little bit further because I'm not going to move every item 3 blocks down. That's annoying. I'm not doing that. Maybe I could go get some red sand and red sandstone and put it with the rest of it. I don't know. I guess the order isn't super important. It is nice to have a preference, but you know, at the end of the day, once you know where it is, that's really all that matters. Alrighty, guys, I got a few more items in there. I decided to add snow and ice anyway. It just made this mathematically work out perfectly. I have the last 5 blocks here that I want to add to this front row, and then we're gonna call it. That'll be an episode. There's a lot more I could do. I don't think this episode's super duper long. I was able to cut a lot of it out, but man, this is a huge episode. Going forward, this is just gonna make sorting my inventory and just everything adventuring so much better, dude. I mean, I spend an hour in between every episode sorting my inventory, and there's a lot of you out there that make fun of me for it. And rightfully so. It is about time we get our inventory situated, or our just storage system situated too. And this should be it. It's going to be a long project, though. Don't expect this to be done anytime soon, but I'm going to work on it a tad bit more. If I can get the second row going, or at least partially going, that would be pretty cool as well. But with that, man, the front row is done. The outline of the building is mostly complete. We have some terraforming left. We have a lot of supply gathering left. We have to go mine and get some more iron. Obviously, redstone, probably even gold. Just because I think some of these chests in this front row are going to have to be upgraded to gold pretty quickly. Dirt's pretty much already filled up too. Oh man, and it's still going. Oh man, it's going to be close. Oh, we're barely good. We are barely going to be good on dirt. But yeah, we got some work to do. Next episode, we may adventure, just try to get some new blocks or something. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. But with that, man, I hope you all did enjoy. Thank you so much for supporting this series. This episode, although it wasn't very long, it took me forever to record. I think it took me 7 parts, just different days, like over the course of a week. Gosh, it doesn't seem like it, but it did. But with that, man, thank you all for watching once again, and I will catch you all in the next one. Huh. Well, if you thought the episode was over, you'd be wrong. All right, I was gonna do a little offline grinding, and part of that was to get quartz. Hindsight, 2020 probably shouldn't have, because you know, going to the Nether is kind of a big deal. Uh, so all the blood moons, all the everything that we've ever had, zombies went into the portal. I went through the portal, and there's actually like 6,000 zombies on the other side of that portal. Immediate death trap, like instant killed. Did not matter. I got absolutely rolled. So what we're going to try to do is build another nether portal off in this direction and see if in the nether we can get from this new portal over to our old one cleared out. And then hopefully, because I died in the portal, hopefully I have a gravestone and all my stuff's not in limbo somewhere. Because that would be pretty bad. I would hate that. We're also going to do this. I don't know how far I have to go. Maybe we go to the... Yeah, let's go to this woodland mansion. I think that'll be far enough. Have a... Oh. Thorns. Okay. I guess I never walked into one of those before. We'll have it in the woodland mansion. Probably should have one around here anyway. I hope it's not too close. So here we go. Let's go ahead and just build a portal right here. Now, I absolutely cannot afford to screw this up. I don't have a diamond pickaxe on me, so we have to be very careful. Alrighty, want to make sure I'm not doing this wrong. There we go. Let's go ahead and light it. That should be good. We're going to put every single item in this chest just in case we end up going to the same place. I want to have 2 gravestones there. Let's give it a shot. Yep. And it is still there. Okay. So that is not ideal at all. All right, good news, bad news. I have a lot of potatoes and I have a lot of materials, so we can just keep going. But I don't have levels, so that kind of makes my life a little bit more difficult. I guess we'll try to kill a couple animals here. We only need 2 or 3 levels, so we'll give it a go. Alrighty, we got our levels. I grabbed some chain armor too, just in case. I mean, the nether is a dangerous place, so yep. Better prepare. Let's do it smart this time. We haven't been back to this place since the Masked Man spawned. Oh my goodness, look at that. We never even got rid of this door. That is crazy to me to think. But I remembered we had a nether portal here in our first village. And if this nether portal takes us to the same place, then we are just screwed. So let's just hope. I mean, at this point, I'm willing to try. Nope. Right, we are somewhere different. Cool. That is right. We are somewhere different. Now, mind you, it's radioactive in here. So we got to be quick. Alright, we got to go that way. And we got to go fast. Oh, thank God. Okay. Alright, come on. We could do this. Alright. There it is. There's my cobblestone building, so that's where all the zombies are. We found it. Now we just got to get up there somehow. Oh, God. There's ghasts. Oh, boy. If you think you're nervous, dude. If you guys think you're nervous. Oh, boy. Let me tell you who's really nervous. Ugh. Oh, thank God. I see my gravestone on the top. All right, we are good. All right, but we still have to fight. Oh, come on. Really? None of the zombies are here now, dude. That's horse shit. That is absolutely horse shit. That is horse shit. That is horse dookie. All right, you're actually going to go down there. There we go. Oh my God. All right. If I die on the other side now. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There is an unnecessarily difficult way to go to the nether and try to get quartz. It happened multiple times, apparently. Awesome, dude. That is just fantastic. All right, let's never do that again. So I'm not going to lie. I'm a little annoyed. A little annoyed how that all transpired. But hey, we got our stuff back. Nothing despawned as far as I can tell. So that's all great news. Let's go back into the nether for realsies this time and maybe go mining if we're lucky. Let's actually grab our decontaminator, which is the piece of equipment we desperately need. I think what happened is since that's the first place I've gone into the nether, they hadn't despawned. Once I entered through the first portal, they were gone. So I think that's what happened. Honest to God, don't quote me on anything at this point. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm butthurt. I'm definitely butthurt about it. Alrighty. We have, if I can find my entrance, here it is. I have over 3 stacks of quartz, and I got a ton of gravel too. We're gonna go ahead and boogie. We're gonna call it a day. Was not a fun time in there. We will leave it at that. That was extremely adventurous for no reason. And with that, I think now we're gonna work on that facility and try to end the episode, hopefully without getting absolutely creamed. Second time's a charm? I don't know, man. But hey, once again, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button. I really do appreciate it. And I will catch you all in the next one.